Welcome to the House of Entrepreneurs, where we help others pursue entrepreneurship. Now, today I'm going to talk about nature and nurture and how they have shaped me into loving entrepreneurship. Of course, I'll be sharing my upbringing and me staying with my parents, my mom, my dad, and how that environment shaped me into loving entrepreneurship. Now, nature and nurture have had a lot to do with my love for entrepreneurship, and today I want to explain a bit where this love comes from and why I'm so passionate about people starting their own businesses, just moving ahead in life. Nature and nurture are two concepts that attempt to explain the factors that, shape our identity. And nature refers to the genetic and biological factors that determine our physical and psychological characteristics, while nurture refers to the environment and social factors that influence our development and behavior. Nature suggests that our genes play a significant role in determining who we are. Our genetic makeup can influence our physical attributes such as height, eye color, skin tone, and hair texture. Genes also play a role in shaping our personality traits such as being an extrovert or being an introvert, or maybe being agreeable and openness to experience. On the other hand, nature emphasizes the role of environmental factors in shaping our identity. These factors include our upbringing, family background, social interactions, education, culture influence, and many more. For instance, our family upbringing can shape our values, our beliefs, and attitudes. Our education and social interaction can influence our communication skills, behavior, and cognitive abilities. Now, the interaction between nature and nurture is often described as nature versus nurture. It's like a debate. But however, researchers have found out that both nature and nurture play an important role in shaping our identity, and is more appropriate to view them as interacting factors rather than opposing forces. From a young age, I was, I saw my mom do some sort of business. If it wasn't a restaurant, it was a small store. If it wasn't a small store, it was, let's say, produce, doing something in produce. If it wasn't that, it was something else. At times she was running two businesses at the same time. She was always running some type of business and helping people from the profits that she made. I do remember so well, people just loved the way she made them feel. Up until when she passed away, she always did some type of business. She may not have made millions of dollars, but she always had the grit and perseverance and in starting businesses. She was always passionate about entrepreneurship and starting businesses. Now, I never lived with my dad until I was let's say 14 years. I remember when we were young, he always came to visit me and my sister where we were staying, and he gave us weekly allowances from an early age. We knew that he was a civil servant, but we always knew that he did other businesses on the side. Back then in 1995, 1996, man, my dad had a new Volkswagen. He had a satellite dish and all these things, and I knew that he did other things to supplement his income, because being a civil servant, I'm sure it didn't pay that much. Now, when I started staying with my dad, that's when it made sense with me. He had these other businesses like hardware business, but also he did other businesses on the side. I can remember there were always people at our house. They always came to look for my dad because of this deal and that deal. And me being exposed in that environment, it started sowing a seed in me. And little did I know that those both environments where growing with my mom and then with my dad, both environments that I grew up had a strong shaping of my identity. Now fast forward, when I went to high school, of course, I started buying stuff and selling stuff at school. I would go, let's say I would go to a store, a market or whatever, buy some, like a nice pair of shoe, come to school and sell it. I think I was like 15 years, and I was always, of course, always getting in trouble with my dad because he wanted me to concentrate in school. But nature and nurture were already at play, and neither did my dad nor I did we know that it was nature and nurture that was already playing because of the environments that I had grown up in. And the last 10 or 12 years, that has been my life. Always in some sort of business deal, always doing something that is related to business. Now, one thing both my mom and my dad had in common, because my mom was always in business, my dad is still in business. They always used their resources to help other people, to elevate other people's lives, and that too sowed a seed in me. Now, fast forward 2015, I started a non-profit to help people without skills, so that they could gain some skill that they could eventually use to start a small business and earn some income. And there were so many, and I can remember, up to now, there are so many testimonies that came from that non-profit that I started, because eventually I gave it up to a bigger organization that wanted to take it on because it did so well, and I gave it up because they had more funds, more resources, and they were better at taking care of it, and so I gave it on. But there are so many testimonies that came out of that non-profit that I started. I have literally seen people's lives change. For example, I've seen single mothers who had lost hope, because they had no education. We provided them with skills. Within 6 months, they had already started small businesses. And a year later, these people who had never saved even $100 or let's say $500 a year, they had started saving a year later after we had provided these skills. Now, when me seeing people's lives being transformed, it gave me more morale to keep at it, to keep at entrepreneurship and thinking innovatively. I saw what it could do in people's lives, that you can start something that can give hope to someone, that you can do a lot of good through starting a business. Hey guys, I just wanted to come in here just for a few seconds and encourage you to subscribe to this channel and like and share our content. Thank you so much. Now, I am so aware that not everyone is meant for entrepreneurship. I am so aware that it's not for everyone. But also, not everyone is meant for employment. And my argument has always been that even if you're not meant for entrepreneurship or starting businesses, or it's not in your genes or in your nature. Now, my argument has always been that even if you're not meant for entrepreneurship or starting businesses, maybe because of the hassle that it requires to start a businesses, look for a trustworthy partner or get into some sort of partnership so that you can start growing your income. Gone are the days where people, used to depend on one income for all their lives. Things have changed. If you have just your income, let's say the income that you get from your job, and no additional funds or passive income of some sort that is coming in, there is a ceiling that you will always hit. There's a ceiling of income or financial achievement that you will always hit. Like, you may not necessarily make $1 million if you have no other passive income or other investments that are coming in. And my mission is to help you understand that you can do it, that you can get another stream of income and not only meet your financial goal or become financially independent, but also do a lot of good with the resources that God blesses you with. So now that I've explained nature and nurture, And I'm sure, you know, you're already saying that, yeah, my nature is not, it's not good, for entrepreneurship, because I'm so shy and I don't like people that much. And, it's not just in me. It's not just in me to start businesses. I understand. I do understand. And it's good to know who you are and know your limits. But think of what you could do with the resources that God blessed you with if you took a leap and either partnered with a trustworthy person or get into some sort of partnership, or went out on your own and started out a business. What would you do with those resources? Is it help your family? Is it enjoy a nice vacation? What would it be? What would an extra income help you with? Is it debt? Is it mortgage? Apart from the obvious reasons for why I want people to, to get into entrepreneurship, like let's say become your own boss or gain flexibility, being financially independent. Those are very important reasons. And entrepreneurship helps you get those things, But I want that, I want people from the moment they start to think about getting into entrepreneurship to start thinking big. Think beyond themselves and having bigger visions. Here are the reasons why I think it's good always to think beyond just having flexibility and just being financially independent when you're thinking of starting a business. Here are the reasons. The first reason is entrepreneurship creates equitable opportunities for underrepresented groups. Now, starting a non-profit made me realize how entrepreneurship can be a good channel to reach the underrepresented people. All have different callings. I know we do have different callings. And whichever calling you have in your life, if you started a business, there is definitely an underrepresented group, whichever calling that you have. I personally started a non-profit that helps people who did not have skills or who did not go to school, so that they could get some sort of skill to help them earn a living. And most of these people in the non-profit were, single mothers that did not go to school. Do you know why I did that? Because, like I said, nature and nurture shaped me. Both my parents really didn't go far in education, but they had the desire and the grit to start businesses and help people. And so for me, it was something that was already close to my heart. And both my parents genuinely loved to see people's lives improve. And so what is it that you're called to do? What is it that is stopping you from starting? I know of an organization that started a dairy business. It's a dairy. They make milk and yogurt and all these dairy products. But they started that business as a way of helping the blind people, and they are doing amazing things. What is it that aches you? What is it that aches your heart about community? Maybe you could start a business to serve that community. And I have seen people's lives being transformed, as a result of starting this non-profit. Entrepreneurs are agents of change. When you open a store or start a restaurant or a small clinic or a pharmacy in an area, or provide community access to water, standards of living are improved in that community. So that's what I'm talking about, having a bigger picture, a bigger vision. Not just being financially independent. It's good, or going for a vacation. I want you to do that. But when you think of a bigger picture, how can I reach these underrepresented groups of people? Because I feel like that's a bigger vision to have. My second reason is entrepreneurship gives you a chance to leave a legacy. When you build an ideal business, it can, live on and on through your children and their children. Usually what begins as an effort to achieve financial freedom might wind up becoming a cherished family heirloom. The impact of businesses like Ford and Levi and Firestone and Tata Group and many others that have been in business for a long time, has been so great on people's lives, and have been, and these businesses have been around for over 100 years, but they have been passed on to their family members. Your business will have a long-lasting impact on people's lives if it is founded on your passion. Leaving a positive impact is something that is every person's desire, and if it is done well and systems are put in place, it's possible. And I'm remembering the legacy that Tom's shoes, if they have had a good legacy on people's lives, that every pair of shoe that is sold in Tom's company, a pair is given away to someone else that can't afford a pair of shoe. That is such a great business model. What a great legacy they have left, or they still have. My third reason is entrepreneurship helps you spend time doing what is important to you. Like I said in my previous episode, there are so many people right now who are stuck in jobs that have sucked life out of them. But they can't go out because, if it's not fear of failure or fear of starting, it's the bills. Oh, it's the responsibilities that they have. But really, with entrepreneurship, especially if you're doing something that you love, sometimes it doesn't feel like you're working because it's something that you genuinely love. It's something that is coming from a genuine place. Entrepreneurship gives you all the 24 hours that has to offer. One of the ways to find out what matters to you, if money was not a problem, if you woke up and never had to worry about mortgage or bill, taking care of your parents or loved one, what problem would you solve if you woke up one morning and you never had to worry about those things? What problem would you solve? If you get the answer to that, then that's the area maybe you should look into. And my final reason is entrepreneurship creates jobs not only for you, but for many other people. When starting a business, usually it's a one-man show. You are the CEO, you are the marketing manager, you are the delivery person, you are the cleaner, you are everything. You wear so many hats when you're starting out. But eventually, when the business has grown, you start to bring in people, and the more the business grows, the more people you need to hire. And now you are no longer taking care of just yourself, but you're taking care of many people. Every time you hire someone, you're not only giving an opportunity to just one person, but you're giving an opportunity to a household. And that's why I love entrepreneurship. It's a way to reach out to many people using your resources. It's not just thinking about, I'm taking care of my needs, but I'm taking care of the needs of other people. That when you employ me, you're not just employing me as one person, but you're employing me and my wife. You're using your resources to reach out to many people. That's why I want people to get into entrepreneurship or start businesses. I have always had this desire to leave the world a better place by playing my part, however big or small. This desire propels me to encourage people to get into the entrepreneurial space, and I genuinely love it when I see people advancing or have some sort of fulfillment because of starting something that brought financial gains to them. I have seen businesses literally transform people's lives, people who had lost hope gaining back their joy. However your nurture has shaped you, there's always a place for you in the entrepreneurial world. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching. Again, I want to encourage you to subscribe to this channel so that you don't miss out on any of our content. Thank you so much.